After a lengthy delay to the beginning of TT 2024, it was all smiles on faces as we finally got underway with some action late in the afternoon with untimed free practice for the Supersport and Super Twins class. Who else to kick us off but Michael Dunlop on his pattern? Of course, a big year for Michael, looking to equal Uncle Joey's 26 TTs. Josh Brooks got off on the way on his Supersport machine as well. The Aussie hoping for another podium to add to his list after last time out. Dunlop got underway pretty well on his Super Twin, posting the fastest time early on, but unfortunately he had to park the pattern up early on. Managed to get back into the paddock though to have a play out on his Supersport. In the Supersport, James Hind was out there and was looking in pretty good shape, dodging the damp patches. Not everyone was able to get out there and put in Super Twin laps, so it was a bit of a juggle to get out and get as many laps in as possible before the afternoon qualifying. Dean Harrison managed to get out and have a play as well on his Superbike. One or two riders had some teething problems as we started, including Paul Cassidy. But as the laps flew by, Peter Hickman then managed to go out on a brand new BMW, his FHO racing machine, of course, in this trim, set the fastest lap ever. Michael Dunlop also out on his Superbike, getting it sideways early on and into shape. As the sidecars got underway for the first time, a new era in the class. It was Jevon Walmsley on the back there of Peter Founds, arguably going into this one as the new favourites with the Crow brothers out there. Ben Birchall, of course, a 14-time winner of the TT, with a new passenger, not his brother Tom anymore, going out for the first time with Kevin Rousseau. So after untimed practice, it was time to get the TT for 2024 properly alive and kicking, and the qualifying session as the sun was starting to set. Josh Brooks, Dean Harrison and Michael Dunlop were ready to go. It was Supersport and Super Twin qualifying out first. Davey Todd, who's enjoyed a really solid start to the season at the Northwest and in the British Championship, was ready to go out on his Supersport machine to try and post the fastest time, and it was Brooks leading the line away as they went out. Dean Harrison also, new colours for him and a new team as he embarked on a new TT with Honda Racing. He looked pretty good on the Honda actually, his first outing of course around the island on that, and also Michael Dunlop, the most successful Supersport rider ever. He's moved over to Triumph for 2024. Dunlop got himself up to speed, but was just on the cusp of the top three, perhaps not hitting the dizzy heights as usual, even though it was only day one. Pretty solid start to the 2 weeks as well for Manxman Connor Cummins, hoping to put an end to that long run of winless TTs. Jimbo Hillier and Jamie Coward had a pretty solid one, but it was Davey Todd fastest in the Supersport class, and James Hines looking incredible on his Supersport bike. He managed to get himself fourth overall. Todd was second. In Superbikes and Superstocks, John McGuinness led the line, of course, the number 1 23-time TT winner, being followed there by Peter Hickman. Dean Harrison was having some early struggles out on his Superbike initially. Michael Dunlop managed to get out on his Superstocker. Dunlop ultimately fastest overall on his Superbike to end day one, but with the damp patches, no one able to break the 130 mark. Hickman was fastest in the Superstock class, no surprise there. For sidecar qualifying, it was time to see what laps could be posted. The first man to ever get into the 120s, Ben Birchall, was ready to go with his new teammate, but it was Founds and Walmsley that would head off. The favourites for the TT for 2024, narrowly ahead of the Crows. They managed to get up alongside and close and personal. It was the Crow boys ultimately that would post the fastest time in qualifying, but Founds and Walmsley certainly were up for a bit of argy-bargy. Birchall and Rousseau closed in at the end. They were second fastest behind the Crow boys.